15 love.
McDonald's job is to try to stand there toe-to-toe and eventually find his way to the net. Either, but from the back of the court, he's very good. Moves well, takes it early, sneaks in, returns well, and he's got a couple break points right off the. What I was starting to say in a long-winded way was if Mackie McDonald
Number one on tour this year in saving break points is Sinner.
that would play into McDonald's forehand. It's interesting that that forehand-to-forehand pattern is being won by McDonald right now. Is continuing to try to pad the breakpoint save stat.
Bit of everything in there.
Players in that court position. Well, especially when it's your first year of being able to play in all the 1000s. He was doing okay here. Tough draw, but at least $100 grand just a post.
Yeah.
30
between the prize money at the majors now. And everywhere else, really.
You're in.
Yep.
And you're at close to 400,000.
So therefore, Jimmy, nowadays in 2024, there is so much more value in being a top 100 player, right? Than
so much.
50. Game. McDonald.
Ended up beating Francis Tiafoe in the final.
Love 30.
Has hit one winner since.
15-13.
Put as many back in play as I can, and right now the chip is staying low and skidding, and he's not timing it that well. He just happened to time 3 good first serves in a row.
Needed that. Well, if you
country in the world right now.
If you give me a second, I'll give you the answer.
Yeah, no, I'll give you some time.
Okay.
But if you had told me that one of the Americans that comes out a winner against the Italians is McDonald against Sinner.
Seti bit a Pelka yesterday. That's your first one.
Sinner is able to produce. This would be a devastating sequence. I don't know how they control it as well as they do, but they do. They don't make a lot of errors.
And Medvedev springs to mind. Doesn't have a lot of spin on the forehand either, so he's got a flat strike off both wings.
Approach, and when you have Jannik Sinner with a sitter on, and you're at the net, you're in all sorts of trouble. And somehow he half volleyed that, then half volleyed another one behind him, stayed in the point for another couple of shots.
Really get the serve he wanted, did he, to execute that play? Just a couple of minutes ago was in danger of going down a double break.
That's mentally not easy for a lower ranked player.
Goodness me, has he done well there though?
He started. He handles pace so well because once it gets lower than the net, you got to lift. Sinner's 2 of 10 on second serve points. Here's another second serve. 2 of 11.
for it.
No, and you can see how quickly Sinner, even if it had been a good drop shot, Sinner was going to get there. He doesn't back up much, Sinner. He can defend from closer up to the baseline than most players.
The ability to come out of the corners and get back quickly.
Develop a serve that's somewhat of a weapon. Look at that good feel when he gets there, too, because he's so balanced. His average first serve today, 108, as opposed to his opponent's 121. That's average.
Might be shorter wins, but this has been a fine start.
50 California.
Yet to win a tour level title that afternoon.
Some fun points that these two are having, showing off just how great of ball strikers, but also movers that they are. McDonald has been able to play a lot of balls with slice. I wasn't sure he should chip and charge cross court. It makes you want to sprint to cover the down the line that they are. McDonald has been able to play a lot of balls with slice. I wasn't sure he should chip and charge cross court. It makes you want to sprint to cover the down the line. And it allowed it.
Continues to impress.
Yeah, as well as because of the technology with the strings and the rackets themselves, it's much easier to put the ball in. And because of that, it became
back in the day, of course. So you saw that transition.
I did. I didn't like it, to be honest, because so good for McDonald so far. I mean, he is just
love 15.
There's another. Yes. Even though he hasn't beaten him, he's played him tough when they've played.
Better for the American here.
From behind the service line, couldn't have put it any better. I couldn't believe that Sinner nearly got to it. He may have been able to take this around the net post instead of trying to bring it back into the court.
There's not a shot that Sinner goes to all that often. Hasn't really made much of a mark in terms of going deep so far.
First set should be in the bag for McDonald. Coming off the tumultuous news and week, first bigger and bigger shots.
14.
Sinner's won 22. In tennis, usually it's pretty close. That's a beating.
Game and first set.
And he wraps up the opening set. 43 minutes in a major match. But Sharko just delivering us that information.
I think he was there. Well, his charge is in trouble right now.
Since the top seed lost in the first run of a major.
So you just sealed McDonald's fate. I mean, he had a chance until that comment. Ivo Karlovic, anytime you're 6'10" and can serve out of a tree, you're dangerous.
Was there any time that Ivo Karlovic was a good draw there, Jimmy?
30-15. 14-13.
Not as quick as service.
Advantage McDonald. Yes.
It's not a particularly pacey ball, but it's taken so early that he's rushing Sinner as a result, because these are quick. Coming into this event.
Advantage McDonald.
That is a full temper tantrum from Sinner.
Good spot.
Somewhat meaningless, but
just a nice move in, isn't it? Just a few mistakes that crept in. Free points have been pretty hard to come by on serve. A couple back to back, and it gets the Italian in front in this second set, but that was much more in keeping though. First serve quite as consistently in this set, though. And Sinner saw him coming, he let it go.
And you don't want to fill the day with things that are physically taxing. So sitting looking at your phone would be one thing that they probably do spend some time doing.
Yeah. And there certainly have been some fellow professionals who have weighed in. Four successive points. Brilliant start to this game.
It looks as though this match will be determined a little bit by McDonald's forehand. But you can see he's still going for forehands. He's still running around his back, and he's still taking it early.
Yeah. E.G. Carter and Newport on the grass.
Yeah, McDonald.
Mackie, is it 6 months, Jimmy? You have to be out for 6 months
Yes.
to protect the ranking.
Yes.
So he wasn't too far off. Sensational. Not for the first time, McDonald.
How many of these points, as athletic as both these players are, how many of these points that it's been Mackie McDonald who has been the better player, has been the more aggressive player, has been...
Just going back to that.
Protected because he was ranked in the top 40 in the world. His protected ranking would get him in everything for a year. From Roland Garros and Wimbledon.
It's a good finish. 26 points he's won on serve of 54 played.
That is unbelievable. It's the second serve points were incredible, but even his first serve points won is only at 63%.
Sinner.
Once again, just a few frailties off the forehand side of Mackie
Sinner leads
McDonald.
5-6.
Mackenzie McDonald has played a big part in this.
And Sinner's misfiring on quite a few forehands as well. Throughout this match, he hasn't been sharp from that wing. You see why serve and volley isn't so easy.
Just thinking
these
exactly
days.
the same thing. I mean, that wasn't a bad volley. Was an entertaining end to the set. McDonald clung on for all he had. Tough when you're deeper, isn't it, for him? Because he doesn't have the shape on the ball, does he, from there?
Knowing that he can run down almost anything.
30 left. Game, Sinner. First game, third set.
They love the clay. Not that he's not a... We've seen that play over and over again from McDonald, where he gets a mid-court forehand and he just angles off the volley. I think Sinner needs to try to flip that one cross-court. Modified version of the same thing.
To create some space because of that.
Take a look at this. Recognized it late, but good sprint forward. And then in New York, although he's got a terrible draw, actually, now that I mention that, I'm going to have to look. I need a draw before I can tell you.
I think he plays Shelton potentially in round. Such a good angle to be able to see McDonald's brand of tennis.
Shelton and Gauff battle in the third round, and the winner of that gets Djokovic. So due to the draw, I'm picking Fritz.
That was a little ambitious.
Down the line. When you come in from this far to the sideline, you have the sense, I better get to the cross court.
That made superstar he was back then, was Nicola.
Whatever it was, is he needs to get out of this triple break point.
used.
Well, I sense you don't think McDonald should be running around very often because you like his backhand.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel, I don't know what you think, but it feels as though McDonald's...
It is squarely with the #1 seed.
It was a case of swing freely with a sense of abandon.
He's down a break because his opponents hit 7 winners and made 0 unforced errors. So the level has changed. Sinner has raised his game as McDonald dropped his. That has been in the center of the court forehand, and he slides it inside out and comes in.
That's an exceptional pass, but
the scores look as though the sets were very easy, the first 2 sets, but they took a long time. 43 minutes, 45 minutes for those 8 games of the first 2 sets. This 6 games taking 23 minutes.
This match has got away from him. And Jannik Sinner, having been down a set and a break, finds himself now just 1 set away from round 2. He's definitely labouring out there, wasn't he?
Yeah. Completely different looking athlete than what we saw. All the points were hotly contested.
15 left.
Broken down.
40 left.
And it looks as though the discipline has gone somewhat, doesn't it, as well? Really don't look on.
Game, Sinner. Ball change, please. New ball.
And Sinner's first serve.
Bill Scanlon beating Marcos Hocevar.
Game, Sinner.
Well, they've not lost a point so far in this 4th set.
15
They
left.
have just confirmed that Jimmy's knowledge
Mackenzie McDonald back.
Game, Sinner.
And the draw most definitely could have been kinder. Under pressure. what is the one bit of merch you want to take out from the US Open? Because Wimbledon's the towel, right? You've got to have a towel at Wimbledon. I feel like that's the go-to in the shop.
No, there's 4 of his 5 service games to that point.
30-40.
And then all of a sudden went on an unforced error string. He made 10 unforced errors in one game and wasn't playing well.
Yes. Advantage, McDonald.
Please get on the board.
Advantage, McDonald.
Well, that'll feel good as he moves ever closer to a first win of the week.
15 left.
Down as he hits, and you especially will see that against someone that hits the ball as low as McDonald does. Problem is just how much slower McDonald has got. The balls go past him. This was an example. He would have been there in the first set.
He's been made to look rather pedestrian. It's more than likely that he will extend his advantage. A good fortnight.
He would have won 3 of the 4 majors. Still be 2 in the world.
It's remembering, of course, the points that Sinner accumulated in Indian Wells have also been irregular.
McDonald.
A very good hold from Mackenzie McDonald, but the clock is ticking on the Californian here on Ash. I've been on this man over the last week or so.
15 left.
With a lot of that credit going to McDonald.
Jannik Sinner moves through to round 2 in New York from a set and a breakdown against Mackenzie McDonald. But the Italian prevails. He got better and better throughout. 2024, he's through in 4.
Not sure what to think about that first round win for Sinner, because the first set was a real struggle. Got broken 4 times in his first 5 service games. That had to throw him for a little bit of a loop.